The WWE Brand Split is returning, and we're going to talk about it in this video. So, about a week ago, WWE announced their brand extension, or their brand split. And basically, for those of you who don't know what a brand split is in the WWE, it's basically when Smackdown and Raw have completely different rosters, where superstars only fight on Smackdown or on Raw. They don't go on both. Now, there are so many questions, so many unanswered questions that we need to ask and we need to talk about this new brand split. Just a few examples of these unanswered questions that we really need to dive into and talk about would be: where are the titles going to go? Are they going to split the WWE World Heavyweight Championship again? Or where are each of the superstars going? Are they going to split up each team? So say, take the New Day, Big E, Smackdown, Xavier Woods, Raw, Kofi Kingston, Smackdown. How are the New Day going to perform together? So many questions like these that need to be answered, and I'm going to talk about them in this video. So first of all, the WWE Brand Split. What you need to know about the WWE Brand Split is 5 or 6 years ago, say, they had a WWE Brand Split where the rosters were completely different. And, the brand split, people wanted to get rid of it. 5 years ago, people were crying about the brand split. They were like, oh, WWE, get rid of the brand split. It's not good. Get rid of it, please. We want to be done with that. 5 years later, coming into now, people are all like, oh, bring back the brand split. We need the brand split. Come on, let's do it. But we're going to talk about why the brand split wasn't even that good, and also why it was good. So, the brand split 5 years ago, it was okay. It featured the different titles on the different shows, such as the WWE World Championship was on Raw, and then the World Heavyweight Championship was on Smackdown. And I'm gonna say now that I think that they are not going to split the title again. Reason for this is it would be so much better if they had one champion that switched between both shows. So say, take Roman Reigns, champion right now. If Roman Reigns stays champion, he would, be on Raw and defend the title on Raw. Then the next night, because Smackdown is now going live on Tuesday nights on the USA Network, and we're going to talk about that in a little while. But if Roman Reigns were to go from each show each night and defend his title on each show, I think that would be a lot better. Now, another reason why I don't think they're going to split the title is because of Money in the Bank. We've got Money in the Bank coming up really soon now. And where's the significance and the prestige of the Money in the Bank, and how is it even going to work if there's two titles? These are all things we need to think about, and things I don't even think WWE thought about, because WWE, the Money in the Bank, you cash it in, you get the title. Are they going to cash it in for whatever title they want, or is there going to be only one title you can cash it in for? These are all questions that need to be answered. Also, the WWE with the new brand split are making Smackdown live on Tuesday nights on the USA Network. Now, I think myself this is a great thing, because when a show is live, nobody knows what's going to happen. So say something big happens on Smackdown whilst it's not live and it's taped and is on Thursday. Say something big happens because they record Smackdown on Tuesdays and then they broadcast it on Thursdays. So say Roman Reigns went up against the just returned John Cena. He was having a title match and he lost Roman Reigns lost to John Cena. John Cena, new champion. We're all gonna know about it before Thursday. We're all gonna know about it. So, what putting Smackdown live will do is leave the suspense and the not knowing of what's going to happen. And this is a very, very good thing, because we also need to consider that Raw is 3 hours long. Smackdown is 2 hours long. How am I supposed to believe that these two shows can compete when there's an hour in the difference, when Raw has a lot longer? We also need to think about Raw is really long already. There's already a hell of a lot of filler on Raw. If there's so much filler on Raw as it is with the whole roster, when they split the roster, there's going to be a need for so much filler that no one's going to even stay tuned in, because if you have half the roster on Raw, there's not going to be as much matches, there's not going to be as much people to say promos and stuff, and there's just going to have to be a bunch of improv, a bunch of just crap that we don't want to see. And this is a very, very, very bad thing, and a thing that WWE needs to think about. But I can't envision USA Network and WWE making Raw only 2 hours. Now, the reason for this is about 3 million people on Monday night watch Raw. The significance of the difference of profit that they're making if 3 million people are watching 2 hours of Raw rather than 3 million people watching 3 hours of Raw, the difference in profit is going to be huge, because that's an hour in the difference and there's 3 million freaking people watching. So they're not, and they're just not going to make it 2 hours. And I'm fine with it being 3 hours, but with only half of a roster, there's not really going to be that much stuff that they can really do. But WWE, I hope you can prove me wrong on that one, because, you know, I don't want Raw to be boring. At the minute, I personally think Raw is the better of the two shows, and I think it'd be interesting to see if SmackDown can become the better show. We also need to consider the different rosters. Who is going to go where? And this is a big one for me, I think, because I think they need to get the perfect balance between heels and faces, because at the minute in the WWE there are not enough not enough heels at all. The heels that they have are very, very good heels, but there's not enough of them. And they need to get the perfect balance between heel and face on both shows. I think a good thing about this new brand split is the potential of calling people up to the main roster from NXT. You know, you have your Samoa Joe, your Finn Balor, your Shinsuke Nakamura. These are all extremely talented wrestlers that deserve, in my eyes, to be on the main roster. So I think very, very soon they could be calling people up. In the women's division, they could be calling up Bayley, Asuka, even hell, Alexa Bliss. She's a very talented wrestler, a great heel. I think she'd do very well on the main roster. So there are a lot of things to do, and also the tag teams. What I was saying about them breaking up the tag teams, I don't see it happening, because right now the tag team division is pretty hot. You know, you've got the New Day, you've got the Vaudevillains, you've got Enzo and Cass. I mean, in NXT you've got American Alpha, you've got Blake and Murphy. You know, these are all great tag teams that you know, are doing really, really well. So I'd like to see them continue, personally. I don't think they're gonna break up the tag teams either, because people like the New Day, they're selling so much merchandise, it's not even right. I mean, even hell, myself, I have a Booty-O's tank top. I mean, they're selling all these, you know, souvenir boxes of Booty-O's, these shirts, and then Enzo and Cass, they're selling all the shirts with soft written on it and all that kind of stuff, and I can't see them stopping that anytime soon. Just like they're never going to turn John Cena heel because he sells so much merchandise, and that could end all of his merchandise selling if they turn him heel. So the WWE Brand Split, to recap on everything I've said on this video, I personally think this is a great opportunity for the WWE. This could be the best thing the WWE have ever done, but it could also be the worst thing the WWE have ever done. If the WWE don't get this right, the WWE will just fade away and no one will really watch it anymore, because they have to get this right. And they just, if they don't, it's just, I probably won't even tune in anymore. I mean, you've still got a few guys who are coming back from injury, such as Randy Orton, I mean, even Neville, all these guys, Bray Wyatt, you know, John Cena, Seth Rollins just returned. You know, you can draft them in and it would be really, really cool to see. I mean, personally, I love Neville, and I think he was done no justice when he was brought up to the main roster, because he's an extremely talented wrestler. And I just love Neville. I hope they can do something with him after this brand split. He's probably my favorite wrestler. If you guys want to see a top 10 favorite wrestlers, I will do that for you. You know what? I'm going to do that anyway straight after this video. I'm going to do that anyway. Anyway, guys, that was my take on the WWE Brand Split. If you guys did enjoy this video, please hit the like button. Hit the like button to let me know that you want this channel to continue. Subscribe to be the first to hear everything I have to say. And without further ado, I will catch you guys in the next video.